what's up? Hello, fellow humans, Planet Earth. How are we all doing on this glorious, glorious video gaming day? Hello, J. Stopheles. Welcome in, welcome in. Who is this freaking nerd? It's me, Endaline. Let's see. There we go. Oh, it's me, Mr. Endaline, with the glasses. Which I've become accustomed to, except for in those parts. Still, it's a little bit like weird. I'm hungry. Then, first of all, why did your symbol change from a Speed on 5 badge to a Marathon Reveal Runner badge? Technically, go make food then. You are allowed to eat food. You know that, right? I just ran a marathon. I don't believe that for a second. Why? You're a lazy slob. Yeah, you're fat. Yeah, that too. All right. Oh yeah, I should check what we can do again. We can physical measure head. We can perception. Wait, I already did this. Does he want me to re-perception him? I paid someone to wheel me through that marathon. I can believe that, yeah. I already perceptioned this guy, so why is it telling me to do another perception against him? For people that were not here last time, we, did we get the body down and everything last time? I don't remember. No, we already had the body down. But we finished up our investigation of the body, we shoved it in the bear fridge. I decided to invest a little bit in perception to try to get the check done, which I did. I found out that the guy had been shot in the head rather than being suffocated. Or hanged, sorry. Which I think was a good revelation. Oh. Sorry about that. We opened up the way south into the fisherman stacks, where we talked to a bunch of people, and that's kind of where we're at right now. Oh, and I'm gonna date a woman. I just need to find a good place to take her. This lady. I'm gonna go on a date with Lillian, the net picker. Oh, Wheel of Time is the marathon. Oh. I love Wheel of Time, dude. I keep thinking about, when I'm listening to the audiobook, I keep thinking about that one moment I want to get to, that's in like book 12 or whatever. It's only 400 hours away. I feel like the music is just a tad bit too loud sometimes. It feels like this setting didn't even do anything. No, I will never watch Wheel of Time. I mean, you don't really watch many shows to begin with, so... I think I watched an episode by accident and some guy grew out of mud? What? Rust-eaten letters read Mazoot. The rear tire of a motor carriage adorns these reeds. got a mod and hitched a hike across Lord of the Rings. What? "50 years ago, this place was the heart of innovation."
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
He was like a black. Oh, you watched an episode of like an episode of like season 2 of Rings of Power, my dude. That is not Wheel of Time. A bald man stands next to his son, pointing to the weather-worn ruins. He sees you approach and smiles.
You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim Kituragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
How did you accidentally watch an episode of season 2 of Rings of Power? How the hell did you manage that?
Nice to meet you.
Hypertext. Hold on, hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
Wait, what was that about the window before?
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
You and Kim know each other?
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
He rests his hand on the boy's shoulders. The child stays hidden behind the hem of his father's coat, clutching to his worm-themed coloring book. I fell asleep in an autoplay. Jesus, that's crazy.
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into Worms lately.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why? Well, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries.
I'm also fascinated about an empty building. You look like someone who has money. Do you have any money? You look like someone who has money. You have any money?
I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here.
He's not gonna give you money. What are you doing? Clearly you were just profiling.
Could I have some of that unimportant money then?
Oh no, I don't have it on me, officer. I was talking in more general terms.
He looks uncomfortable, his left hand squeezing his son's shoulder.
I'm just spending time with my kid here, showing him around the lesser-known parts of our hometown. It wouldn't be wise to carry huge amounts of cash on such expeditions.
Not that he would have to worry about being robbed. He looks surprisingly buff. Does he work out?
By the way, do you work out?
I do some Lomantang stick fighting now and then.
Lo Mantang stick fighting is a form of martial arts originating from the island of Lo Mantang.
What the hell,
It uses
Debatron?
slender wooden sticks for confronting the opponent.
Hello, what's up? How are you doing? How is your stream? Were you playing more Pac-Man Reunited or whatever? Deb commits terrorism. Well, I'm glad this clip doesn't work. That would be awful. I don't want to see that. Jesus Christ. Everyone, please go check out Deb. Push the button above the chat. Right meow. We gave Deb a follow. How was your stream? Hello, it's me, Paxis. It was so bad it got censored. Yeah, I don't think Twitch wanted that anywhere. How's your Pac-Man adventures? The adventures of Pac-Man. Welcome in everyone, Endaline here, video broadcast. We're currently playing Disco Elysium, a talkie game about a lot of talking, but it has very, very good and funny writing, so sit your butt down and enjoy creativity. I got trapped in a clown world at the end, but it's still silly fun. In a clown world, David Pac-Man World Repack. I had some clowns in my chat at one point, but I think most of them gave up. The only clown here right now is Jace Topheles, I think. And I'm not even sure if Jace is going to be a clown for long. Also, my child is called Paxis, which is a bit confusing. How rude! That's what the icon is. It's a clown. It's a clown bag. I was gonna ask what you want from Macca's. Chicken nuggets. Chicken McNuggets. Also, hello, Lynn. How are you doing? Chicken McNuggets. Oh yeah. Chicken McNuggets. I hate the that like a raider from Debatron message is nice, but it like takes up the entire goddamn screen. So there's like 10 messages, but it looks like it's like 40. Trying to learn my native language. Ooh. I should learn my native language at some point. I'll buy you nuggets and throw them on the ground in spite. Oh. A form of martial arts from the Isle of Lo Manthang, right?
Actually, a great many cultures have their own version of stick fighting, such as the sacred Mabolo tradition of the Harley people. The name deriving from the butterfruit tree traditionally used for crafting the long, slender sticks, whereas the sticks used in other cultures...
You doze off as he paints you a comprehensive picture of the history of stick fighting among mankind, seasoning it with unexpected pop culture references.
But anyway, I'm boring you with details again. You were saying?
I'll take a small cheeseburger meal and 6 pack of sweet and sour nuggets. Yeah, maybe. I don't think that would fill me though, but... Not even a Minecraft meal, you fucking degenerate. Oh, is that a thing? There's a Minecraft meal? Oh, that makes sense, I guess. Also, I'm currently having a sneezing fit. Glad I ended stream. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Is that just a Happy Meal? I don't want the Minecraft part. You don't want Minecraft? I'm not really interested in the practice. I just want to know how often you work out. Now and then, that's what, like once a week?
Lomantang stick fighting is a little like a Berolidin addiction. I've been practicing it for nearly 20 years now, so you could say that my doses have grown a little peculiar.
Wait, what does this man know about Pyrrolidon addiction?
Hold on. Pyrrolidon addiction, what an interesting metaphor. Study his face, or perhaps not a metaphor at all?
You got me, detective. But my history should hardly come as a surprise.
Here's a former junkie. I can recognize when I see it.
Dad's fighting with sticks every night after dinner for 4 hours. He has a special room for that, and a special costume.
That's right, Mikhail. It also has a meditative quality. Helps to clear my head. But anyway...
It unlocks a skin in Minecraft. I unlocked a helmet in Minecraft that is McDonald's fries. Oh, but you need the... You need the Bedrock version for that, right? Can you guys actually hear the like chirping of the birds in the background? So I see it's very low on OBS, but it's like pretty loud for me, so... I mean in game, the seagulls. What's so fascinating about an empty old building?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building.
He raises his hand to his eyes to shield himself from the freezing snow. All 4 of you turn to admire the mural before you. If I turn the volume up, okay. Is it just that my voice is so loud compared to the game, or...?
What not a lot of people know is, this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
I just listened to you on mute, okay.
Hold on. What's R&D?
R&D. I'm dynamite. Wait, what was an R&D department?
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore. You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development.
Mea culpa. You are not familiar with that one either. This man is a bookhead.
I'll take 12 nuggets and one nether flame sauce and one sweet and sour. Microsoft even do nuggets by the dozens. 3, 6, 10, 20, 40. You guys can buy 40 nuggets? Look at the building looming over you.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
Have you ever heard of this Feld Electrical?
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve, or should I say they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here.
What was that ace?
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
A tape computer?
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer. Which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
What happened?
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
The boy wipes his nose on his sleeve.
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins.
He pauses, pointing to the other buildings, and continues.
All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
You're saying that Feld Electrical built this boardwalk? Look under your feet?
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
A pleasure wheel?
The lieutenant looks wistfully at the horizon as if picturing gondolas rising to the sky.
Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory. It's clear he would prefer there were a big wheel lighting up the coast.
Side note, I had the non-chicken nuggets from IKEA and they were great. So left our maca sauce, couldn't even tell the difference. When you say non-chicken nuggets, do you mean like veggie nuggets?
Yes. To lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans.
What happened to the engineers, the company people?
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers...
What did the revolutionaries do with those advanced tape computers?
They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases, the most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars.
He says while his son looks up, idly chewing on the corner of his worm-themed coloring book. What was that?
What's the Mars Decree? I mean
Hey,
the
Nerd.
radio
What's
transmission
up?
sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02.
I believe they're wheat-based fake chicken. Oh, wheat-based.
A short-lived legislative foundation for a short-lived utopia.
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bombessier dans le Lind. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
How did those tape computers work? Did they work like radio computers?
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware.
Buckle up.
Buckle up, buckaroo.
10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Humpty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Juice joined the team, trying to...
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center?
Yeah.
He did it. He said Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world. What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
Okay, the Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center, Paul Ockerman, Keith and Guy Juiced. What are you talking about?
The Humpty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to...
You're making this up. Turn to the time. Kim, is he making this up?
In fact, I'm not. The Humpty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the
Vredefort.
market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Nod. Cool.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The Feld playback experiment vanished into the fires of 07.
Wait, the Feld playback experiment?
Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the Feld playback experience, but those are incorrect.
Why did the revolutionaries destroy it?
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building.
I wanted to ask something else.
But of course, what else?
I want to hear about the Feld building again. Oh, great, thank you for all the interesting information.
No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Hoover indeed.
You see, a
Hoover?
once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D.
And I can't use the ladder. The fence blocks the path away from here. Dad, why is that homeless man breaking into the vents? Ooh, we got 5 money. It's Wednesday evening and something heinously exciting is underway. People have gathered beneath the billowing roof of an oddly shaped trophy building, sipping wine and exchanging opinions. 29-year-old Wonder Twins, Guy and Keith Juiced, are the stars of the show, with their bomber jackets and white sneakers. Head curators of this art exhibition. It's the Wumpty Dumpty the dummiest event of the year, and all the cool kids have RSVP'd. Where are you, if you're not there? Minus a suggestion might mean that we get something suggestion related when we finish it. I'm running out of slots though. Bars cover these long dusty windows. There's some way inside here somehow, but how?
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years.
Try to see inside.
Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase.
Lieutenant, can you make out what's inside? Point at the windows.
No. I won't even try. You know,
He takes his glasses off.
I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
This partner of his, Eyes, things didn't end well. It saddens him to say his name. Don't even ask. He wouldn't answer. Maybe some other small talk.
Can you still shoot though?
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I pass my shooting courses 7 out of 10.
Yeah, so there is some way into the building. I just have to figure out how. Eyes the seeing eye dog? Someone worked hard to smash the plastic dome. Dead phone smash receiver like someone hung up too hard. Oh, we had a thing for a second. Boss, hum. The electricity flows through the wires with audible power. Vegas have recently painted the tarp red. Water drips from it. Mega Binos prescription lenses. Whose idiotic idea were the square and beige plastic frames anyway? Imagine if I was wearing beige and square plastic frames right now. Beige is a color that does not look good on anyone, not to mention that seeing the world through these exceedingly thick lenses feels almost nauseating. +2, the encyclopedia, discover your inner Bino. -1 perception, nausea-inducing hell glasses. Well, I have these great glasses. Give me +1 to Inland Empire. My love. My coin-operated weighing machine has been used for a decade. And we really need that, because, I mean, I only have a +60 in Inland Empire right now. How close am I to leveling? Pretty close. Is this like a break it open? Look at this. Oh god. This one has hell written on its back. It could not be further from the truth. It's the Boomiers, and Cowron, the nicest district in Riverdale West, is enjoying a sun-drenched day. Tall and handsome buildings right from the riverside, steel, iron, and yellow limestone, with cloud shadows sliding on the facades.
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad.
Touch it.
The cloth, if you can still call it that, makes a soft crunching sound as you thrust your finger into it.
Take a closer look.
It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed.
Nice.
A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you.
I think this is the jacket the idiot Doom Spiral guy wanted me to find.
I'm sure he'll be thrilled to have it returned.
This filthy rag has been at the mercy of the elements for quite some time. It's streaked with seagull shit and abnormally stiff from God knows what natural processes. You can't even tell what brand it is.
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
Man, how did this jacket get so disgusting?
It's a sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it?
Think about it.
It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it.
Gross.
Why? Why did you think about it? Look at your hands. They're covered in muck.
Maybe if I wipe my hands on my pants?
What? No. Then it'll just be on your pants. This is a disaster. You'll never get the smell out.
Nice.
An intricate web of blue. It's still kind of the greatest in it. The worn mat.
I am innocent.
Medicinal purposes. The note is it's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much.
I want to get into that mug talk again.
But it will not happen.
This one I know we haven't read. I'll put it like in the corner here.
The bullet is still safely sealed. A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
I found my badge.
At least something good came out of all this.
Oh, there we go. That is the badge.
Encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and in the lower right corner, your precinct.
Name Harrier Dubois. Look at the. I don't want to look at the photo. Holy crap. I can look at the photo probably. Let's see. I figure it's an old photo anyways, right? So it probably won't trigger my.
A police badge on the man keeps winking at you with his green-gray eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that. Good choice. A newer photo would look different.
How old?
8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good-looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns.
And is winking? Why?
What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it does on you now. It looks like you had quite the charming face way back then. Your hair is brown and slightly curly. Your eyes seem more clear somehow. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it.
Name
a shining watermark.
Harrier Dubois.
Harrier? That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
But I don't want to be Harrier. Wait, what kind of name is Harrier?
It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times. Like Endaline or Boxer or Ironhide.
A name like armor.
A name like armor. But I don't want to be Harrier Dubois.
Why? It's a cool name. I like it. Besides, you're Harry anyway. No one's ever called Harrier.
He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you officer when he's angry with you, and detective when he's not. The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it.
Rank LTN 2 JFR.
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
What is Lieutenant W. Freighter?
The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant.
And the double Yfrayer?
The title of Yfrator is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, Captain. You have declined twice, thus you're double Yfrator.
Declined?
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's decomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors, out of respect. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank, in your case, lieutenant.
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
What's a decomptage?
Decomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol citizens' militia. It means counting down to twos.
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the revolution, which in turn was developed by last-century experimental psychologists in the University of Königstein.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, and then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kinks.
What kinks?
Kinks like satellite officers and the additional Yfrator rank I already explained.
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
Wait, satellite officers?
You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't seem to be a satellite.
So you've been putting up with all my bullshit because I'm your superior?
No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach, you are doing good police work.
Keep in mind that he's talking about the guy who put a gun in his mouth and said, "I'm going to shoot myself in the mouth now, you fucking whore." And then he shot himself in the mouth.
It matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea. And now we've even found your badge.
He trusts you, for now. Try not to spoil it.
I thought my rank was drunk.
Yes, apparently you've had a rather successful career in the past, and this leads me to believe maybe your current situation is only temporary.
I'm afraid there are no ex-alcoholics.
People have been through worse and gotten back on their feet, Lieutenant W. Freighter.
Turn back to the document.
Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught between thick plastic, like a fly in amber. It reads,
Serial Rev 126205 Jam 41.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure.
Date of issue 7th of November 50.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then.
a lot can happen in 4 months, especially in winter. The winters are never easy on you. Of that you are sure.
I remember that time! That was a good time. We had a good work-drink balance going. What happened, man? Pump it up!
Precinct 41?
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41, like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor, a lot of asphalt. The 41st is...
What?
It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is.
It's no wonder you are like you are, he thinks. But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiaeva. Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, names from your decomptage flash in your forebrain. And you? Is it an honor to work with you? Don't ask him. Ask yourself. The badge in your hand.
Ah, nice. A makeshift roof, vagrants have tried to make the boardwalk habitable. Varon? The Varon did this? A big wine canister is open and empty. Oh,
The smell. It's awful and familiar.
what is it?
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear.
Heads up, Lieutenant. Something's not right here.
The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
Is this guy dead? I had a different thing too, though, but I guess I chose.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
Examine the tear.
2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find.
A tragedy.
He shakes his head with genuine sadness.
Examine the cigarette package.
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra. Red Astra is the black market version of Astra cigarettes, known for their high tar content.
Examine the kebab wrapper.
You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads Shish Kebab Revachol. A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper.
Hold on.
Lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. Two bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life.
Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
He stands up and shivers as a gust of wind blows through his bomber jacket.
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe.
Study the man's clothes.
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest.
Search his pockets.
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
Study the man himself.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole.
Examine his face.
His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his mustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age, approximately 50 to 60 years. He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most likely. Overcome with the awful surprise of it all. He was just about to head home. The first step back home proved to be his last.
Study the surroundings.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist.
Examine the man's head.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is where he came out of himself, drop by drop, when he was unconscious. It took 3, maybe 4 minutes.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
No, just this one on the back of his head.
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
Step on the floorboards.
The boards screech under the weight of the T500 ceramic sabatons.
Nice.
It's a good thing they're so light, because it's hard to determine whether it was the dead man's weight that caused the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile.
Examine the bottle.
A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside.
Tear all around us.
He looks at the two other bottles near the coin operating viewer, then at your yellow plastic bag.
I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
True. It feels disrespectful.
Examine the chewing gum paper. wrapper.
Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
It is one thing crazy about this game is how it like handles things that you're wearing. Like it handles the boots here, or it handles like when I had the yellow gardening gloves. Like a lot of things were like, oh, at least you have those yellow gardening gloves on. And now it paid attention to the fact that I had the shopping bag out. There's a lot of those like small things that they do a really, really good job of. Look in.
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too?
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
Good reactivity. Yeah, it's cool. It's really, really cool.
In a ditch off a road below the 881, he thinks. A young father. Then he shakes his head to make the memory stop.
Setback.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Who is this man?
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
This is an omen, a sign from above that you need to stop drinking.
He looks like me. I could have ended up just like him, dead on an empty boardwalk with a bottle next to my corpse.
Well, at least you're not married.
The time points to the ring on the man's left hand, the flesh around it swollen and grey.
Or, what if you are?
But let's try to not run ahead. For now, all we know is that he's an unidentified middle-aged man found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What do you think happened here?
Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
Could it be related to the lynching?
No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, albeit sad, accident, unrelated to the murder case.
You think he was drunk? Point at the bottle.
Oh yes.
What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure?
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
What about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the Pox.
Someone should be held responsible for this broken boardwalk. It's dangerous.
They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean.
Right.
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body.
What should we do with him?
From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
What about the kebab? What about it? Well, can I finish it? Dude, that would have been an my character would allow 100% if it was an option. Unfortunately, that is not the case. Hold on, what about a field autopsy?
A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least 2 hours of unnecessary work.
You're right, I don't see anything criminal here. Let's leave it at that.
Good call. The guys at processing can take care of the rest.
We found him. We should finish this.
Alright. We should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema. Let them know we are taking the case.
Burp, burp. Oh, the other. I can either go for this or I can go for a thought. I think I'm just gonna grab the last suggestion point. How's the disco going? Pretty good, pretty good. I'm just discoing at the Elysium right now, as you know, as people do. Trying to get used to wearing my gosh darn glasses. My GD glasses.
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53.
Look inside, look at the backside, look inside.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned.
Right from it also, I got the Nether Sauce. I saw some game. That's not Nether Sauce is such a late. When did you get the Sasquatch sauce, whatever? I saw some game called the Rue Valley being promoted as inspired by Elysium with a time loop narrative. Thought it might be something you'd be interested in. Rue Valley. I love time loop narratives. Rue Valley. Oh yeah, this looks very Elysium. Oh, I'll add to my wish list. Could be cool. Szechuan, sure, whatever the thing from Rick and Morty is. They ain't selling that crap anymore. You should have bought the big bottle, man. Is it out? Need to play it before I know. Oh, I didn't even look. It was out. Let's see. There is a demo out. It just says coming soon.
Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
Look at the backside.
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours, 900 to 1800.
I think Alcat is publishing it, which is neat. Nice. You have like 3 years to finish it before Enda even remembers it next. I put it on my Steam wish list. Maybe I will. Who knows?
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean.
Billy Mejean. I wonder if the glasses have been pretty comfortable, but I wonder if like having the like difference in the frame right where the headset starts is like giving a little bit of pressure. Maybe the play is to have like so like frames that are the same all the way down. You know what I mean? You could always get the type that just sits in your nose if the arms bother you. No! It's not that they bother me, it's just I'm trying to like think about like the long-term use of the glasses, you know what I mean? I could also try earbuds. The arms don't bother me, it's just with the headset on it feels like there's a little bit of pressure, but I don't actually know if there is pressure or if I'm just, you know, if I'm just oversensitive. If they're tight, you'll get head dents. Yeah, I'll probably get head dents, that's fine, I don't care about that. It's not giga hot, but it's not like a nice sauce. It's like hot. That's it. Nothing else. The what? The nether sauce? Better run, better run. The coin-operated viewer has been out of order for years. Oh. Moonshine probably smells like tasty fermentation. You know, I didn't think about this before, but I guess McDonald's was the OG Fortnite, huh? McDonald's was doing all of the like collabs long before Fortnite did.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change.
Pick up the handset.
You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
Put 10 cents in and dial a random number. 115 or 00524031155.
Calling. Still calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this? End of tone. Someone picks up.
Pierre? Is that you, Pierre?
Happy Meals were the original loot boxes, true, yeah. The spicy barbecue Squid Game ones way better. Yeah, it's me, Pierre.
So nice of you to find the time to call me. It gets so lonely. Even the animals have died.
It gets lonely even when you're with people.
Are you sure you're Pierre? Your voice, it's different. There. Chrysanthemum.
Her voice is drowned in white noise. Sounds like waves washing a beach, growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not.
Put 10 cents in the dial random number 00551179112.
Calling. Still calling. Again? Seriously? Someone with a masculine voice picks up.
Hello, Gerard speaking.
People said we have like Bethesda to blame for cosmetics and horse armor and stuff, but we have McDonald's to blame for collabs and for loot boxes.
Hello, Gerard. Technically speaking, you're electricity.
Is Electricity there? I need to speak with Electricity, please.
No, but I got a feeling I'll kick your ass is gonna make an appearance if you ever call this number again. Have a good one, asshole.
Phone hanging up. Disconnect tone.
Put 10 cents and dial a dial number 005 99 77 313.
Calling. 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 Still calling. Still calling.
Stop calling me, man.
What picks up the voice note there in the slightly circle?
I'll get you your money, alright? I just need till tonight. Let me work.
Yes, but a slight change of plans. I want this delivered to the Whirling in Rags in Martinez.
Tethys. Hey! You're not Tethys. Screw you, and don't ever call here again. You're fucking with some serious people.
Disconnect tone.
It's ready to move now. Put 10 cents in the dial random number 005 11 11 313.
Calling.
I'm tired.
A man answers fast at this time. His voice is hoarse from cigarettes. You hear typing in the background. I'm tired too.
If I could go just 1 month without writing, no, 2 months, I could regenerate my brain. Fucking liberalism.
The man disappears with a sigh. You do not hear the customary disconnect tone, just silence in the handset. The machine is still waiting for you to dial a number.
Oh?
Seems like it did not have time to swallow the coin. This sometimes happens. Lucky you. The call went too fast for the payphone to register. You can still make a new one without paying.
Dial a round number with your eyes closed. +1 for white morning, +1 for sorry cop.
You close your eyes and put your index finger on the rotary dial. Then pull down on the number. Then move one up. And repeat the motion. Twice. Strange. This is not how you started before.
Keep dialing.
414447. The rotary dial feels cold from the sea air.
Keep dialing.
1117361. Your fingers keep moving like a spider. Every time the ring rotates back with a little ring of metal, like a bell tolling. Yes, 45167451. You are going deeper now, into some unknown place, far away from this island of matter and its telecommunication networks.
Finish it.
451. You have dialed God knows how many numbers. The headset has been waiting silently to relay a signal. Surely nothing can come of this, you think. But it does. A connection. An ultra-long distance call. Your air fills with a crackle, the wash of a strange ocean full of white noise. A little bird starts ringing in there, not like the local calling tone before. No, a small ring in a cage of distortion, far away. A distant network of phones, calling in the night. The saddest sound in the world. Calling still. The handset starts slipping from your sweaty palm. Your breathing is heavy.
I don't want to hang up. Let it call more.
Calling still. Then the ocean breaks. Out of the depths, a woman's voice emerges. Small. The dearest thing you've ever heard.
Hello?
You sound sleepy. Oh. Who is this?
Dora, who is this? The connection is bad.
Dora. The name feels like a gift. A gift that was meant for you, to make it possible to live.
Hello?
Who is this?
Your voice is so beautiful.
No. It's you, isn't it? It's you.
I want to die.
What?
The text secretary to us, her to us, I want to live with you.
Oh no. Is that you?
It sounds like she's waking up now, still plaintive, tired.
This is too much. You need to recede.
A creature is a creature. I wish I was the wind. Wait, which one is receding?
Oh no, not this. What time is it?
I'm the last faithful kingsman. I will free the city of Ravagel. I will turn back the sea. I will reverse time.
You're not a kingsman, Harry. You're drunk.
I'm not drunk or high. I'm just hurt. Why does it hurt to talk to you? Harry, how do you know my name?
Because it's me. Look, I don't understand what you're saying or why you're calling me. You seem drunk.
I'm not drunk or high. I'm just hurt. Why does it hurt to talk to you?
Oh, God.
The silence is heavy as in the white noise howls. Are you there?
Do you know what time it is? It's so late here.
As if she's looking for a clock on the nightstand.
It's 4 o'clock, Harry. I need to wake up in 2 hours.
Do you want to party? Want to talk about me? Who am I? You sound like you know me. I am the law. I'm a detective. I'm doing a case. There's a hanged man. I want to talk about me. Who am I? You sound like you know me.
What do you want to talk about that we haven't talked about already?
This is bad. You feel your right hand on the handset cramping up with pain.
Where are you? You sound like you're in another world.
I'm in Morova, sleeping.
Where are you going in 2 hours?
To work.
Where?
The academy, where I work.
Academy, my job is real. The academy, that sounds better than my job. I'm happy.
No response, only a sigh. The connection crackles. Like, what are you doing to yourself right now?
Catastrophic damage.
You need to stop, Harry. You'll die.
I am the law. I'm a detective. I'm doing a case. There's a hanged man.
She does not answer anymore.
I got an achievement. The Lawbringer. Say you're the law 7 times. 5.8% of players have this. And then we got to that real Monsieur, part cop, all hobo last time, which is 1.6% of players. I think it said that's for sleeping in the trash. Which I'm shocked not more people have done. I'm gonna solve it.
Harry.
Disconnect tone. The machine ran out of money.
No! Put the sentence in and dial the long phone number again.
You dial the number again. 26 pulls of the rotary dial. The machine eats the coin, and a terrifying ocean of distance rustles in your ear. In the middle of it, a familiar ring. Small, distorted, calling. Calling.
Let it call.
Calling. 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 It looks like she does not want to pick it up, Harry. Stop scaring her.
Why?
Come on, you know why.
Hang on.
The headset lands in the cradle with a clank.
Oh, that certainly was something. I'm by this church. I wonder who that was. Yeah, certainly not my girlfriend. That I broke up with or whatever. Kim, you're kind of in the way, buddy. I can't do the thing. Why can't I do the thing? Okay. Maybe I need to wait for the tide or something? Maybe there's like a tide thing? I school a fish huddle around a fence post, then scatter into the darkness. Oh. For you, a drawbridge, it can only be lowered from the other side. Oh, I'll just go on the other side then, no problem. It must have taken a lot of patience to do this. Damn, it's cold outside.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice. with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh. Hello there.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing.
Dear child, it's freezing. Where's your hat?
Huh?
I said you should have a hat on.
So should you.
I should, and I do point at your hat.
Oh. I didn't notice that.
It's nice. You should wear one too if you plan on staying outside in this weather.
Yeah, well... Look, man, fuck the hat.
What did she just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed to address an officer of the law.
Authority. Regain authority in her eyes.
Lots of feeling. Feel it up. Way up.
Oh my god, fuck the hat? Is that what you just said to me? I can't believe you just told me to fuck the hat.
You're saying it really loud, but it's not coming out right. Maybe add more indignation.
So I should just take this hat I'm wearing and fuck it, right? Point at your hat and where that's located. Engage in sexual intercourse with a hat right here in front of you because you told me so on the sea ice?
More.
Right here on the sea ice?
More.
Give you a little ice cop hat fuck show?
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
The lieutenant is watching the scene unfold before his eyes, unsure how to react.
Is that how you see me?
The girl looks down, slowly curling into a ball.
Absolute cinema.
3 figures on the spring ice. One, a shortish man, is standing with his shoulders slightly hunched. Another, a young woman, tries her best to ignore the third. A middle-aged man with spectacular sideburns, who's screaming at her with all his might. Across the bay, 2 figures watch the scene unfold through coin-operated binoculars. My God, one says in a concerned voice. Let me see, says the other. That's it. You've earned it. Start crying.
Start crying.
The young woman has kept her eyes trained on her wires, waiting for the sorry spectacle to end. But it's gone awful quiet up there. Then, the sound of sobbing. Looking up, she sees a grown man on the wrong side of 40, his face bloated from alcohol and God knows what else. Not so quietly, crying.
This isn't really about the hat, is it?
No.
You know, you're not the only one with issues. I self-medicate. Shit. Life's a horror, you know? Crying helps, though. Get it out your system. And then maybe we can talk, okay? I'll be here.
Came having looked away during the final phase of your little episode, this hand now addresses you.
Do you want to talk about what just happened?
That's probably a good idea.
Normally, I'm opposed to discussing one's feelings, especially on duty. But I think this is an exceptional case. So, what do you think happened?
A crygasm?
What?
Did you totally break down and it feels a little better afterwards? I don't know where I got the expression from. I may have just invented it.
In the future, could you please refrain from emoting too much on duty? The quasi-legal status of the RCM means we need to project strength twice as consistently as any other police force in the world.
Weakness is strength.
Not when projecting strength. Then it's just weakness.
Sounds like typical macho bullshit to me.
That may be so, but such is Revachol, and this is what is expected of us in Revachol.
You get the feeling you're being handled with kid gloves because your cheeks are still soaking wet.
Glad to hear it was minor. Can you go on?
Absolutely, superstars always get back up and try again.
Then, let's go.
Say 7 deranged superstar lines. Another achievement. 18% of players have that one.
So, like, seriously, what's eating you, man?
There is a hint of pity in her eyes. Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing, and she wears thick black eyeliner. Most men wouldn't call her pretty. There is a manliness to her, a coarseness.
Yeah, can we talk for a minute?
I was wondering when you would come around. What's up?
I guess there's something that's been making my life hell.
What is it?
I think it's the plight of the working class. I think it's all these foreign people taking our jobs. Oh god. People just keep putting their selfish interest ahead of the greater good.
Oh, really?
Defend the political center 7 times. The world's most laughable centrist. 23% of people have that one. Yeah, no one understands that sometimes you got to make sacrifices for the sake of progress. It's all so very distressing.
So, the thing that's got you crying in front of strangers is the slow pace of social progress.
You're getting all those achievements now? Hey, I'm achievement farming. How many achievements are there in the game? It's 45, and we have 7 of them. Don't get me wrong, all for slow and steady progress. I wish people would be a little more reasonable, is all.
Okay, so you're not that upset, it sounds like.
Told you I'm highly distressed by this state of affairs.
Uh-huh. And you're sure it's social progress you're distressed about, and not, I don't know, some chick?
Perhaps.
Not to mention that now that you mention it, I found these letters I'd thrown in the trash. They might have something to do with it.
Okay. Why'd you think that?
First, they had just the faintest scent of chewing gum on them. I could still smell it under the shit.
Wow, man. That's pretty symbolic. Don't you think?
I found that to be very symbolic too.
Okay. What else?
They're written in a woman's hand, and oh boy, did reading them make me feel not good.
There you have it then. Chick trouble. Not political after all. Who was she?
No idea, I haven't even seen her. Definitely haven't called her. I don't remember a single thing about her.
Really? You seem pretty upset about this chica. Are you sure you don't remember anything about her? Eyes? Hair colour?
I remember her scent, and that's all.
Wow, man. That's some pretty strange shit. Are you sure the letters were for you?
Come to think of it, the whore could have written them to her lover. Yeah, I'm sure. Why would I react so strongly otherwise?
How come you don't remember, though? Is it like some selective memory thing?
Wait, what do you mean by selective memory?
Man, when I get hurt, I just want to forget that shit, you know? That kind of selective memory.
I think it's more about me getting so unbelievably drunk I completely erased all memory of this world.
Yeah, or it might be that. This one time I did so much booze that I forgot too.
It's obvious she's done more than booze.
Or it might just be some psych bullshit, you know? Königstein wank.
Wait, what is this Königstein wank?
You know, the psych thing they've got going on there. Rich people like it. People in Königstein are mostly rich.
Thanks for the bullshit psych thing, then.
You're welcome. Might be for the best to keep that shit forgotten, though. Just my opinion. If it itches, don't scratch.
What's your name?
Acel.
And your surname? Acel who? I'm not a young suitor. This is official police business.
Why?
From the Why indeed? Forget it.
Okay.
What's that device you have there?
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
And the wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
What's a contact microphone?
A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike.
The hell? Yeah, and then use on my wife's name? How about my mother?
No. You're welcome.
Does this have anything to do with Contact Mike?
Yeah, I record stuff with it.
No, I mean the boxer Contact Mike.
No. This is a contact microphone. It's for recording inside solid objects. Contact mic just beats people up.
You know, Contact Mike doesn't just beat people up. Contact Mike is a role model. On second thought, screw Contact Mike. He's not a champion, you are. Look at you here in front of a saggy tent, picking your nose to drug addict music. The world of sports is in awe of your faith and dedication. Thank you, brain. Very useful, yeah. That's just how the brain works sometimes. Yeah, you heard right. You should try to be more like Contact Mike, a successful athlete and inspirational figure who has overcome social, physical, and mental obstacles.
Man, you are one weird cop.
This isn't about me, this is about your lack of respect for one of the boxing's greatest and for yourself.
What is it with you and this Mike guy? Okay, if it floats your boat, I'll be more like Contact Mike and less like me.
Yeah, that does indeed float my boat.
Uh-huh. Good on you.
It's time once again to return to the 20 things you like to say about Contact Mike, the boxer who is apparently a paragon of open competition. It really doesn't get any better than this. Any better, both inside and outside the ring. Stop, point at someone in the distance. Point your finger at him, he will point his finger back at you. Voting an impassable goal for finance and privilege to... Temporary reach bonus. -1, logic, no pain, no gain. -1 concept possession, push it. -1 drama, make it. Interesting. Now, some of these I'm gonna try out, but we have 2 more open slots, and then I have to like start deleting things. How does that thing work?
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Where did you get the mic from?
Same place I got the recorder from, the Palaceum.
What's the Palaceum?
Oh man, you haven't been to the Palaceum? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
It sounds like a place for congregating homosexuals. What is it, my stream? Sounds interesting. Who's this Arno guy?
Oh yeah. Guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum going kind of person.
I get down.
I don't know what that means.
I grind.
I don't know what that means either.
Nor do I, but I have concrete evidence that I rock in the form of a wrecked tape player and a completely trashed hostel room.
That's cool.
She breathes on her fingers, looks like she doesn't know what to say. You're right, time has deserted me.
Sucks, man. Was there something else? About the contact mic, perhaps?
I've lost like 600 morale from this one girl. That's none of my questions for you.
Okay.
What are you doing out here in the cold?
Recording, I guess.
And what is it you're recording exactly?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
Wait, what happened to the headphones?
My boyfriend sold them.
What for?
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
Everything checks out, sire.
What are these recordings for? The cracks, the footsteps?
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
Just nod.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway. I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device, the thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish, very useless all of a sudden.
Take this, you're cold.
Let Tavius take off his jacket.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
Yeah, you shouldn't cuss so much, Jesus. Look at the title of the stream. Amazing failure. Wait, what was the amazing failure? Oh. Oh, I thought it succeeded. I thought it succeeded on that.
It's okay.
Then the time it backs up, he throws you a glance. Now this is where a hat would come in handy.
Yeah, maybe you were right about the hat.
Wait, I don't want to give her the hat I'm wearing. I could give her one of the hats in my inventory, though. You said it's supposed to be a music place. What is this?
That? The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not going to be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
The boys?
Yeah. Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent.
And why is that?
Why are you freezing out here while the boys are inside?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
Stuff like what?
Music stuff, mostly. Like this tape recorder, but bigger. And there's piles of it.
Why don't you just leave some of it outside so you don't have to freeze?
That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold. Go ahead.
Empathy legendary. The tape recorder lies on the ice like a discarded toy. Pick it up. Tell me more about this music place you've been planning in the church. Oh!
The device is cold to
Heal
the touch.
3
The
morale.
angular Omicron logo adorns the yellow plastic cover. Underneath you see a reel of tape rolling. You put the device back on the ice.
+2 more like contact than Mike now. Tell me more about this music place you've been planning in the church.
It's supposed to become, like, a club for Nordic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Palaceum. Except that, yeah.
Just at the old wooden church, up on the poles, as a mean wind comes bellowing in. The 6-story structure lets out a doleful shriek. What is anodic dance music? Going to turn the church into a club?
You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments.
What is? Oh. Oh yeah, sure. Electronic instruments, like what?
Synthesizers and tape consoles. Microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that.
You see clear, beautiful, violent flashes of light. Light cutting through a smoke-filled darkness.
So you want to turn
That is what the future will look like. If it ever comes.
You want to turn the church into a club?
I know. It's not my idea. Andre and the boys found the place. It was supposed to be deserted, but now they can't even take it. Hey, don't get me wrong, but you're cops, right?
Yeah, why do you ask? No, we are the law.
Okay, well, maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys, because there are some strange things going on in that church. If you're police, you should look into it, right?
I'll talk to them.
They're inside that thing there. Would be cool if you did. Was there something else? Go ahead.
Like, I can't, like,
Recording. I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. My boy, I don't know.
Everything checks out, sire.
The musician. Anyway, I don't really.
She looks at the recording device. The thing she thought would fill her hours with joy.
Take this. You're cold.
No, man.
It's okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, if I do that one
Okay.
again, I might be able to give her my hat if I put a different hat on. Like this one, I'm never gonna wear.
Hello again. Record. I think I'm recording cracks. My boy, I don't know, man.
Everything checks out, sire.
Do I? I don't get to
Anyway,
re-roll
I
that.
don't
It's
really-
just the same
She
one
looks
every
at the
time.
Take this.
No, man.
It's okay.
Give her your hat. Here, you need this more than I do.
Thanks.
It's a bit large for her. Hey, there you go.
Go ahead.
Gave her a hat, more like Contact Mike. Empathy legendary.
The device is still warm from her touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hands.
Sorry, you have to sit here on the ice feeling miserable at your age, or at any age in this weather, waiting for it to get dark.
She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup.
The people who built this world intended it to be better for you, but they failed. It's easier to live in their failure with this by your side. Tap on the tape recorder.
The wind howls. She remains silent. It's real. Tell her.
It's not a childish fantasy. It can be a real weapon against what's coming for you now.
What is?
I'm once again reminded of how Contact Mike rose from the slums of St. Baptiste to the top of boxing world, overcoming adversity and serious brain trauma. Nothing is coming, and nothing he would knock out of in 3 rounds. The real fight is for the right attitude. The dark.
I know. I'll stick to it.
She takes the device from you and places it in her lap.
There is little you can do to help her now. But given the chance, you feel like you should. There is something about her. A weightiness. Something changes between you two. She looks at you differently now. As an equal. A fellow
Hey, look at that.
being.
So thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Maybe I can return it. What's been eating you, officer?
Here we go. Painted with pastel, someone is trying to bring cheer into the world. Couldn't be me. Crash of some unending party. A pole screwed into the ice keeps the tent erect. Erect? Well. More tribal markings. This pose is covered in little humanoids.
A pane of Eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
What is this? Push the Ethernet over. What is this?
It looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
Oh. This is someone's home away from home, just like yours.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
It's safe to assume this is their leader, or at least he thinks he is.
Squeeze in.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Hardcore. Canister filled with what appears to be water. The label says distilled. A speaker, the big kind they use for live music.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Welshi tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says,
Damn, look at this picture here, Jesus.
as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secret.
Hardcore!
Alright, there we go. This, is it?
It's hardcore!
You're just gonna keep saying it, saying it's hardcore, aren't you?
Skibbity, skibberdanger. I am the rearranger.
Your cop training did not prepare you for this. What to do? Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think?
That guy
You see
said skip
a
the
youngish
toilet.
man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Big his hand.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
And Egghead. Egg!
The tape player high above his head continues to blast what is probably annoyed music.
Together with a Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Wait, how many venues have you organized?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
Why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
There's no need. The place is pretty bad.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities. No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face. Don't fall for it.
Enough is histrionics. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads. Burnouts.
The angler spits on a screw, then starts cleaning it.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revershol.
Strike that! The world!
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there were the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
Are they foreigners? I bet they're foreigners. I think I may be laying this on a bit thick. What's really so bad about these dopeheads and burnouts?
They're spooky.
What exactly do you mean by spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
I want to do a run where I'm like, I go like really heavy into physicality and I'm just a fascist Nazi racist.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse. People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
The Endaline run.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
I'll look into it. Tell me more.
All right, man.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
What's the status of the church? I haven't got inside the building yet.
I asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. A padlock. It's a temporary fix. Just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
What about the key?
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
The speed freak dips into his belt pack and produces a yellow key. He then makes a sudden cool infuse. Oh, I didn't put my hat back on. Move, tossing it into your general direction. Be the cool cop, catch the key as it flies towards you. 42.
It's as if time has frozen somehow. You think you can sense the key moving in the air. Yeah, this is going to be way cool.
Don't ruin the cool by overdoing it. Raise your hand in front of your face with minimum effort.
Blam! Straight in the eye. Straight in the old eye orb. In the looking ball. A stabbing pain. Tears stream uncontrollably from your right eye.
Ouch! Goddamn asshole, what is wrong with you? Can't you see I'm in pain now?
Man, I'm super sorry. That was totally my bad. I got overexcited. Threw him too hard.
He looks like he's genuinely sorry. He didn't throw them better.
I'm sorry. Bend your face in mockery of his useless contrition. You almost eye murdered me, a cop. That's use of lethal force.
I really am sorry, man. Just take this, okay?
He pulls some black paper out from his belt pack.
Wow, looks like there's quite a lot there.
That's the least you could do. Take the money.
I hope that settles it. Or wait.
25?
The key?
He cautiously hands you the yellow key ring.
He is shifting in his spot, uncomfortably, still feeling sorry for the mishap.
We were talking about the padlock, I think.
That's a lot of money. How long have those people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
How can you be sure they haven't starved to death?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
85% is good enough. No one lives forever, baby.
Exactly. That's exactly what we thought.
The cage of the rage! Rock blaze! Egg means the situation is monitored. It's relatively safe. No one has died yet.
Failing red checks is fun, yeah. I mean, it usually leads to like really chaotic situations, like shoving a gun in your mouth. Oh wait, that was the white check even.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
Who exactly are these people inside the church?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
You haven't even seen them and you want the police involved.
Well, there's also the machinery.
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
For this man, even regular silence is awful enough. But that was something greater.
But you haven't physically seen anyone.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone, or something, eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
Well, what was that about something watching you?
Like you aren't alone, you know?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
A crab man?
Yeah, you know, The way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behavior.
Ambush behavior, Nod, Crabman.
Crabman!
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Estelle was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
It's freaking Hereditary all over again. Dude, if Hereditary had a Crabman, it would be a way better movie.
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
The implications of this are too numerous to consider. Proceed with caution. Learn all you can before entering that dark building.
Can you tell me more about this machinery?
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
So how can you be sure they're burnouts and dopeheads if you haven't even seen them?
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
Why not? Let's go with that.
I don't see a single thing wrong with that argument.
I'm 70% sure they're substance users. Don't let the technology fool you.
Makes little quotation marks with his fingers when he says technology. Alright, let's talk about something else.
Sure. What?
What's the deal with Egghead? I want to talk to him.
He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies.
What's a master of ceremonies?
You know, a host, a declaimer of slogans. He's a performer, gets the people going.
How do you communicate with him?
Well, he's just kind of here. I don't really know how to communicate with him.
Have you ever really talked to him?
Yeah, sometimes. When I stumble and find my way into his center, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
Hardcore to the MAGA?
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself. I get it. He's a puzzle.
You mentioned some kind of ecclesiastes on the church. Who are these ecclesiastes?
Oh yeah, that's a meteor name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
Before we go on, what do you mean by meteorin?
You know, of Meteo, concerning Meteo.
Meteo.
Meteo, a country, on Muindi, on the Muindi Isola.
And what is the founding party?
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organization.
And
they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericarnassian Church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, made the innocentic system, no?
They sound like exactly the kind of would want loud and anointing music in their church.
You're right, they do.
The Pericarnassian Church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericarnassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance.
He violently shakes the tape player as if to see if he can break it.
Love is hardcore.
Unity.
Unity.
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
He turns the volume up, then looks at you with a knowing nod, as if it's obvious you will now break into dance.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the bass, as if testing the waters.
No words, enjoy the beat. Nod your head.
Feels good.
I don't quite understand what you're talking about. What's a posse?
Your posse's like your people, man. Like you got your cup posse, you look out for each other and you party together. That's a posse.
Two men and a woman stand on the beach, under a row of houses long abandoned to war damage. The words, "Felled Electrical," have peeled off the turn-of-the-century waterfront development. One of the men carries a small boy on his shoulders. The boy looks up at the faded logo. The woman says to him, "Good to see you here, Special Consultant. We're worried about the Lieutenant Yefreto."
Ooh.
"Why are you worried about the Lieutenant Yefreto?" asks the boy. Then a wave comes crashing in.
I guess love can be pretty hardcore.
Oh yeah, it can.
He's coming around. You're getting it.
Sounds like you were saying random things. Love, posse, make noise.
Are we?
You hear a wave crashing outside, not far. It's a big one. The rumble dissipates into the baseline.
Yeah!
You're right, how could the founding party be anything but enthusiastic? Dance music is about love, and so is the Perikinesian Church.
Yeah! Yakokata! The place to be!
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of Pericarnassianism.
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
His friend forms a fist with a screwdriver still in his hand, approvingly so.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving.
Yeah! Let it out! Let the disco happen! Bring the disco into this world!
I can't.
Get this church shit on, and then dance there, motherfucker!
It's not an option right now. I want to ask you about this tent full of equipment.
Yes. What?
Is this the Disco Elysium? Oh yeah, maybe this is it. We just reached Elysium, the end of the game. I see you brought your own water.
Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
And it's a still too.
Oh. It's the one they sell at the fuel station.
Alright, enough of this.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
That's
As
it for
always.
now. Can I increase my logic somehow? Plus one logic. Plus one logic. Plus one logic.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
So what, we took it from succeeding only on 12 to succeeding on 11.
Okay, so the Speed Freaks want to start a club for dance music. That much checks out. Youths like music. You feel as though you might have liked music more when you were young, too. But you digress.
Rub your chin, what's the gist of it?
The gist of it is, they want to turn the church into a club, but a suspicious element has overtaken the building. It's very important to understand what the gist of things is. Always consult the gist before making up your mind. Plus, and it has to be considered, you can't invent the future of dance music in this smelly old tent. Imagine if you had the church. That settles it. Analysis complete. Their story checks out.
The gist.
It still feels as if this didn't quite go as it should have. But
As always.
Come. Let's be somewhere to talk to this person. We just haven't found it yet. It's definitely not about science. What if you try again, find your way out of this maze of things to say?
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good.
Skin shows through the hole in the Speed Freak's too large sweater in front of him, an open toolbox full of carpentry tools and parts.
It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
He runs his hand through his hair, which is combed back in mock seriousness, and continues to fiddle with some gears. Sign?
Yeah, gotta compare. See if we can align.
Interesting.
I suck at socialising, man. Even now, our sign synchronisation is way off. But I'll see what I can do.
Tell me about the machines you saw in the church.
Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
What's wrong with the supernatural?
Nothing's wrong with it. You should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it, though.
The sickest? That's perhaps why it should be researched.
I'm privy to the supernatural arts, you a believer too?
Most of it doesn't exist. But there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist. Because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff.
Why are you called Noid?
The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
Does this mean we need sign matching?
Yes. Further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church.
Okay, maybe I'll come back later.
The young man with the tape recorder acknowledges your return. When he looks at you, he squints as though you were the setting sun.
This is hardcore.
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
Still say nothing.
Hardcore to the mega.
Say nothing.
Internally coherent.
Still nothing.
Encore! All right! Yeah!
Say
He
nothing.
furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
Let's have an agonized roar or the feeble-ish, obviously not too hardcore beat below. So hardcore.
Is it though?
He stops dead in his tracks, tilting his head to the side. It is.
But is it? I mean, really?
He'll head to the side like an owl.
Feels like you should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here, so that things get totally transcendent. But you haven't gotten there yet, so you don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say exactly.
Under the radar, over the top.
Yo, Mottas, what's up? How are you doing? Am I edgy because I said nothing? I was just brooding and looking at him. You feel the shadow of a very large building fall on you. Dusty pews and the shadows many seem to be missing. An altar shroud in the dark or something like that, it's too dark to tell. It's the egghead himself. Doing alright, nice. The sign reads Saint Brune, 1147. Ah, I guess we might as well walk in while we're here, huh? No, I didn't want to do it. Eggheads unite.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Inspect the carpentry.
The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. Two large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold.
Run your hand over the beam.
The surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch.
Take a closer look at the padlock.
This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker. It'll be easier to break the staple than the lock. Also, that sticker is interesting.
Look at the sticker.
You see a yellow circle with two X's